Hi, this is Sue for Parkies and Me, my journey with Parkinson's. So today I've titled this podcast, Don't Wait for a Special Occasion. And the reason I've done that is because last night my husband and I went out for dinner, and we had been with some family and said that we're going out for dinner, and they said, "Oh, is it a special occasion, a birthday, an anniversary or whatever?" And we said, "No, we just felt that we wanted to go out for dinner. No special reason." And it got me to thinking about how we might save gatherings for a special occasion. Now, as I mentioned before, we were with family yesterday, and one of my family members has just bought themselves some land and a beautiful house on that land, and we went out to see them to have a look around. And because they're not fully moved in and they were going to have a really busy day, we decided to take out some lunch. So we got some sandwiches from local supermarket, some lovely deli sandwiches, took some flasks and some tea and all that sort of thing out, and we had a little picnic, sitting on chairs outside the new house, and just as family having a chat and a laugh. And that to me was a very special occasion, and I will have more memories of that occasion, of seeing that home for the first time, of seeing my cousin and her partner happy to be the owners of this lovely new property, and I will have more memories of that occasion than the dinner that I had last night. And often it's those little things that we hold on to as memories, not the big things, and not the supposedly big things like going out for dinner. I remember when I was young, we had originally lived in Christchurch when I was born, but when I was just about 5 years old, we moved up to Rotorua, away from all the family, just mum and dad and us 4 kids. So we didn't have any family support nearby, and my nana used to come up once a year for a reasonably long stay, and she would stay with us and we would enjoy spending time together. And I have some funny memories of that time with my nana. Memories of her bringing pick and mix lollies to share with us kids. That was always a highlight. And also I used to share a bedroom with her, or she used to share my bedroom rather. And I used to go to bed really nicely for mum and dad when Nana was staying, and no objections, just straight off to bed, no quarrels, no moaning. And Mum said to me at one stage, "You're always so good going to bed when Nana was here. Were you trying to give a good impression?" And I said, "No, Nana snored, so if I didn't get to bed quickly enough to get to sleep before she came to bed, I had no show of getting any sleep." So yeah, that was a funny memory. Mum thinking I was being a good girl, giving a good impression to my Nana, when in fact it was self-preservation, or else I never would have got any sleep. So yeah, I have great memories of Nana coming and us kids sharing those pick and mix lollies. And we used to go away for a night or two somewhere, and we'd always go fishing, because Nana and Mum and Dad really loved fishing, and us kids really enjoyed fishing with them. And I remember we stayed in a place called Whangamata, and we stayed in a little cottage, and we used to say it had a gurgling flax bush. It had a water pump that was somewhere near the flax bush, and when you walked past it would gurgle. We used to go fishing with my nana, and us kids used to gather around while she gutted the fish. Sounds a bit gruesome now, but yeah, we were fascinated by how she knew how to gut and prepare these fish that we just caught that day. And yes, us little ghouls used to hang around while she gutted the fish. So that was a memory, a strange little memory of having Nana come to stay. And the other thing is, because I was the youngest, I often felt left out. My brothers would play together, and I was the annoying little sister, as you are when you're the only sister and the youngest. And I used to love Nana coming to stay because we spent some special time together. And one of the things that Mum always used to say was we'd go to Mount Maunganui, which is a lovely beach here in New Zealand, in the North Island, and it used to have rock pools. And my mum said if you were looking for Susan, she would say if I couldn't find Nana and Susan, you just look for the rock pools, and there would be Nana and Susan, head down, bum up, fossicking in the rock pools, looking for treasures and looking for sea life. And I remember that, the joy of finding things in the rock pools with my nana, and those simple pleasures. And Mum would always make a picnic, and there'd be cordial, and there'd be jam sandwiches or simple sandwiches, egg sandwiches. And she also used to make up some tanning stuff, which was made with oil and vinegar, and I'm not sure what else, but it was like basting a turkey. We always burnt, but that was the idea was to get a good tan. So all these funny things I remember from when we were a child. And, we didn't have much money, but we had picnics, we had each other, we used to play beach cricket, we used to play bowls, and those are the memories that I remember. So when it comes to enjoying spending time with our family, I think when you have a diagnosis like this, don't wait for a special occasion to gather with your family. I like to spend time with my grandchildren. The girls live here in Christchurch, not far from us, and we will try and have them to stay reasonably frequently. And the memories that I share with those girls in particular is memories of baking with them. And I've set up a clear file with the baking that we've done together so that they can bake with those recipes when they get older, maybe with their own children. And those are the memories, again, that are special. Spending time with the grandchildren, baking and having a laugh with those girls. We also have a spa pool, and two of my 3 granddaughters love getting in the spa pool. So I've enjoyed spending time in the spa pool, chatting to the girls and listening to music. I do have 3 other grandchildren, my son's 3 boys who live in Wellington, and unfortunately, due to distance and cost, we don't have as much time with them as we would perhaps like to. But every second Christmas they come and spend time with us. And although Christmas is an occasion as such, it is a time when the most important thing is to be together. And the greatest gift that I can have at Christmas is to spend time with those children and see them playing together and enjoying being together. And that brings some wonderful memories. As I said, my 3 grandsons are up in the North Island, and we used to go up for their birthdays. And they would always have a party at home. Their mum and dad are great at organising parties. Their mum makes beautiful cakes for these parties, and the kids have a lot of fun. But what we realised is that although we would like to be with them for their birthday, you don't actually get to spend a lot of time with those children when you are there on the day of a birthday for that child. They have other friends, other family, lots of excitement, and the whole day is go, go, go as they open presents, as they play games, as they spend time with all the people that they need to spend time with. And we go up there for a couple of days and we don't actually get to spend any real time with them. So what we try to do now is go on a weekend where it's near their birthday but not actually on their birthday, so we can actually spend some special time with them, going for picnics, going on outings, and just being with our grandsons and not having to share them with a whole bunch of other kids and adults and people that are all vying for their attention. And the kids don't know where to turn next with the presents, with the people. And we have decided that we would rather, when we go to see them, slightly outside of their actual birthdays, and spend that special time with them. I remember when I was growing up, rainy days when my brothers and I were young, and we used to have these various albums. There were boys' ones and girls' ones. They were very gender-defined books. So there were definite boys' books and girls' books. And within those albums there were stories and there were games. And when I say games like Snakes and Ladders and various board games where all you needed was some counters and a dice and you could play the games. And on a rainy day we used to sit, particularly in winter, with a pile of these albums, sitting in front of the fire, drinking hot cocoa and playing these games. And again, there were some really good memories that we had from when we were children. And the fact that I can remember these occasions when they were nothing special on the surface of it, but what made them special is being together and enjoying each other's company. And I know when I didn't have much money when my children were younger, I was going for a walk in some bush near to where I lived. I didn't have much money, so I made some homemade cordial, made some jam sandwiches and had some apples. And we went for a bushwalk, and I was walking alongside one of my children, and they turned to me and said, "We do much more fun things with you than we do with Dad, Mum." And we had separated by that time. And that really touched me. There was very little money spent, but they remembered and commented on those bushwalks. Even today, they remember those bushwalks, where I know their dad had a bit more disposable income, and he used to take them rock climbing and some of those inside rock climbing things like they have at the gyms and things. And they may not remember those occasions as much as they remember the walks in the bush with their mum and their siblings, just those simple pleasures. So I feel that when I talk about don't wait for a special occasion, any time you spend time with your family, interacting, talking, laughing, building memories, that is a special occasion, and that's an occasion to be treasured. Many families these days are spread far and wide. I was talking to my cousin's partner yesterday, and he's just got a new grandson that's a few months old. And I said, oh, are they local? And he said, no, they're in England. And I thought, gosh, I don't know how I would cope if my grandchildren were that far away. And luckily they're coming to spend some time with them later in the year. But sometimes we forget, when we do have family close by, how privileged we are, how fortunate we are, that we do have access to those that we love more readily than if they were overseas. So when it comes to spending time with our family and those we love, just being with those people that we care for and who love us is a special occasion in and of itself. I will always remember spending time sitting outside my cousin's new house with her and her partner in the sunshine, laughing and chatting and talking about everything that they wanted to do with the place, and us feeling more than a little bit jealous that they have this beautiful property. But they've worked hard, they've worked long and hard for it, and we're so pleased for them. And on the way home, my husband said to me, I'm dead jealous, I would always have loved a property like that. And as I said to him, we're not that handy, we wouldn't be able to fix fences and build sheds and build whatever, and we're at the wrong age and stage, and we don't have the right abilities to live in that sort of property. But yes, I can see the appeal. So for me, any occasion where we spend time with family is a special occasion. And just remember, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Remember, the best thing that you can spend on your family is time. Time is more precious than any money that you could ever spend on your family. This has been Sue for Parkies and Me, my journey with Parkinson's. Kia kaha, be brave, be strong, be you.